the specialists that add that. The weapons have their own personality. Revamped all the weapon stuff. There's just a lot there. Next to zombies, biggest offering on day one is the huge thing there. Is we're giving back to the community with the zombies. With this is 3 unique experiences day one, brand new cast of characters, brand new storylines, and then that's not all. Brand new Battle Royale, Blackout.
Boom.
Brand new experience.
There you go. You wanted it, you got it.
That's right.
But I can't think of a more fun, Call of Duty is one of those games that I've been playing for years. Like, I sit down, I'm immediately familiar with it. It's really comfortable, and I'm really excited that you guys have added a Battle Royale mode because it's a game that I feel confident playing as an FPS, so let me try this new game mode.
Exactly. The funny thing is like, regular Call of Duty mode, the death matches and stuff, I'm not so good in. I can admit it. It's like, and I always like, I can't see right. It's a small area. But now that you have Battle Royale, that's something I'm very familiar with, and I was just like, okay. Well then, day one purchase right there.
And you get zombies from day one.
And zombies, right.
It's awesome for us because we're fans of all games. We're fans of genres, right? And Battle Royale's been blowing up, and right, you see this, and as devs, you go, man, it'd be so cool if we could do something. But what I love about our team is that we really are not going to do something else. We can make it uniquely ours, right? It has to stand on its own and feel like it's a Treyarch thing, like it's a Black Ops thing. If not, there's really no point doing it. And so we had this idea, and it really crystallized earlier this year. It was like, you know what? We can make it our own, and it's this sandbox of all fan favorite things thrown in together. So you're going to be able to scavenge, and you're going to find an old zombies weapon. You're going to find a BO1 weapon.
We're going to get a little throwback here.
Lots of throwbacks, right? And to us, that's what's going to be the differentiator from all the other games is they don't have this library. They don't have this legacy of, hey, you loved Nuketown? Well, Nuketown is in Blackout in a new and interesting way.
Interesting.
Little Russ, little
So
Nuketown.
about that, now you're getting into some grit here. Okay, so I level my character up, getting weapons and stuff. Is that character available for Blackout, or is it just a brand new
experience? It's like we're not talking about progression stuff just yet, like how but Blackout is its own experience.
Great.
And you talk about MP where you're like, I'm not the best at MP.
Right.
That's something actually we're trying to improve is like we have solo missions now that are going to teach you who the specialists are. And what they're about, like why is Ruin so angry all the time? We don't know, he's got to go to therapy. And why does he use the grab slam and why does he use the grapple gun? But at the same time, teach you how to use that specialist so you can be more successful in multiplayer. So it's dual. Hey, learn about the specialists that people love and then also get better at MP. And that's exciting for us because it's like onboarding. Hey, come with us. And then the specialist on top of that is we have a saying in the studio now is do your job with the specialist. And so people now are yelling at each other.
Over the open plan
just
offense.
totally yelling, right? So if you're not, what we'd call a slayer or someone that gets a lot of kills, you have a role. We have a healer now. We've got support classes now.
That's great. Because now I feel like I have a place.
Absolutely. And you might earn more score than the guy that's just killing. Right, and it's really the emphasis on is supporting team using the specialists and the roles.
Wow.
Well, we've seen a lot of different FPS approach, like the class-based, selections differently. Where some games it's hardly important because you have so much customization for each individual character, and then some, for example, Overwatch, where you're choosing that set of weapons, that style of play. So what customizability am I going to have if I choose, say, a medic class in Black Ops?
Yeah, there's still a lot there. So we talked about those layers. We can break down the sort of depth. Is you still have create a class. You still got pick 10. Within that, you've got all the weapons, primary, secondary, all the perks. But the unique thing with the weapons now is that we've really tried to make them their own, right? So before, all weapons kind of like in a class had the same attachments.
Right.
Now certain weapons have unique attachments. So if you want to
per role?
Per gun. Yeah, so if you want to have, hey, I really like this attachment, you got to go that gun. You got to commit to it. And the interesting thing there is now it's like I relate to my gun because it's me, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
really personalized. So that adds to that customization. Is every choice is meaningful, and we want the choices to be meaningful from before you get in the game to when you're in the game. When you're selecting a specialist, is who do I want to play? How do I want to support my team? And then there's just tons of decisions. Is what specialists do they have? Do I want to counter them? It's like there's a lot of meta and strategy now if you want to do that. If not, you can still be a lone wolf and be a badass if you want, but you're going to be more successful together.
That makes sense. Now, what about the people that are just godly at the game? They're playing your game since day one of release of the first one and all the way up till now. What are score streaks?
Oh yeah, we've got a lot of good score streaks coming back. With that, but you talk about the guys that are really good at the game. We've increased the health model. Right, so we have more health now than we've ever had before.
So a little less one-shotting, a little less surprise in how you're dying.
Absolutely, and so you talk about the lower-end casual fans.
So it gives us a chance to...
Absolutely, right, and it actually makes engagements more meaningful. Again, going back to that impact is you feel, right, on either end, if I got killed, I don't feel like I got cheated, right?
Right.
Because it was a longer engagement. But if I killed you, I felt like I had to work for it, and I felt like it's an achievement.
Okay.
So casual fans might get an engagement and get out because there's lots of tools to get out. Hardcore fans might be able to try to master some of the new weapon predictive recoil stuff we've got. So there's a high ceiling there. If players want to devote to it, they've got the option to do that.
Casual is a funny word because I consider myself that in Black Ops just because I want to be good. But I always get salty because there's that one player that's played day and night. He knows the spawns. He knows where I'm at. How did you guys counter this time that spawn camping guy that we all just want to tell them good words?
Yeah, absolutely.
Encouragement.
It's so nice.
When we develop the maps, you know, you try to work around that, where so people can't trap you in each of the game modes as well. And there's a lot of variables too. That is, what are score streaks, what guns are in the air, what grenades by you. There's like a lot of behind the scenes just work going on. But on top of that, you've got Seraph now that she can put a spawn beacon down and you can spawn there.
Okay.
So
I like that.
So this guy's spawn camping you, or he's in your spawn, right? Hey, Seraph, put down a spawn beacon. Do your job. Get us out of here.
Yeah.
She can do that
You
and
have
get
one
you out
job,
of that,
Seraph.
right? You have one job. That's exactly what's going on in the studio.
That's
now.
what he's
It's
going to be saying on the mic. That's
that's
nice
me.
little
It's not.
thing.
It's not even you and me. Like, hey, Frank. It's like you're not Frank anymore. If you're playing Torque, I'm like, Torque, go put that razor wire down. What are you doing, man?
Absolutely.
Get it together. So
Your job.
there's a lot of tools to help in those situations, and we've just done a lot to get rid of bad spawns and make engagements more meaningful.
Player choices.
And you talked
So
about the
important.
tools. I mean, you shouted out some cool ones right there. Can you give us some insight? I saw like a throwing
Yeah,
axe.
please
Like,
explain the throwing axe.
Tell me the new ways to kill people.
There's lots of ways. So you got all the personified. I'm just watching you got all the different types of weapons. You've got all the specialist stuff, right? So like Ruin with the Grav Slam, Seraph with Annihilator as well. You've got the throwing hatchet as well that comes back for skill shots if you want that. You've got different types of frag grenades. One of the new ones we have it's called a cluster. So you can throw it and it'll stick, and then it'll actually break into other small grenades, basically. And that's really great for like domination or hardpoint if you want to clear an area. And all those are choices. Like, you don't even have to take grenades if you don't want, or you can sacrifice some of the specialist stuff. So there's a lot of ways to be successful and slaying players. But there's a lot of ways that you don't have to as well.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
You can be that
Herd them
support.
around,
yeah,
crowd control
absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Can you tell us about any of the kill streaks that we'll be seeing this time around? Anything innovative?
So we've got, it's interesting because like UAV, right? You've always had UAV, but it's interesting with the mini-map changes we've done, Fog of War now, is you only see around you now. You don't just get to see everywhere. So this encourages me.
That piques my interest.
This encourages me to like stick as a team, right? 'Cause I can see around your bubble,
Okay.
and then even UAV and how that interacts is even fan favorites and things like UAV we'd had in the past are different now because they just interact with the world different. We've
That's
got,
my job. I just stand there. I can kill 2 people, 3 people, no problem.
You really want to make them more, meaningful and impactful, right? So when an attack chopper comes in, it means, you better get to cover, you better have a launcher, you better have something to take it out, because this is going to kind of change the game.
I saw a pup. Are we still calling in dogs?
We do, yes. So it's now
Never
tied.
changed.
It's now tied to a specialist. So Nomad.
Not everyone can call in pups. You gotta be a pup specialist. I
That's
know what
right.
your Kelly Link is playing.
Yeah, training our pups right now.
Yeah, so Nomad actually has a dog he can call in, and he can set it basically to guard mode, which will follow him, or he can set it and we'll go attack, basically, which is really
Oh my
cool.
goodness. Now, Zombies is a huge, they have their own player base almost.
Yeah.
Can you go in a little bit more detail what you have to offer with Zombies now this time around?
Absolutely. It's bonkers. So the Zombies teams, those guys are insane. Jason Blundell and crew are insane.
Yeah, I had my first panic attack playing Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah.
We got 3 big experiences day one, brand new cast. So we'll start with Voyage of Despair, right? Which, from the teaser, everyone can see that it's on the Titanic.
Right.
Really interesting, like different gameplay on the Titanic, close quarters. Next one is 9, right? You said in that Roman Coliseum, also a very different types of experiences. And then you've got Blood of the Dead, right? Which is a remaster of Mob of the Dead, all on day one, returning cast. I would say more, but then Jason Blundell will turn me into a zombie. And I don't want that to happen at all.
Is there one that looks like you? That just sort of
I don't know.
Oh, man,
that would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I hope not. That would be scary.
Well, we're running out of time here. I just got one quick question. Esports, huge for
Yes.
Call of Duty. Is this going to be a game that's very easy to put time in to get better at and to make custom modes with your friends?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the Esports Act, we want the game to be watchable, and the game that you see is the game that you can play. So if I go see someone do something super awesome,